rap news, street politics, best hood channel on YouTube. And we back again to talk about DrexTheJoint and his homies declaring war on all the Crips in LA. Now, we spoke about Drex coming out of Orange County a couple times on the channel, man. The first time we talked about him was in that Southsiders report card. Y'all make sure y'all go check that out, where we had to really break down his alliance with the Sudaño card and his gang banging. And you know, that's where everything kind of starts with Drex.
You an actor. You ain't really from the hood. Blower on my hip, yeah, I wish a nigga would. Yo, bitch love me, cause you can't do the shit I could. Let the pop it acting like I ain't have your boy should. DrexTheJoint.
DrexTheJoint, man, whose real name, Elvis Josue Camacho Calleja. We mentioned the situation that he got into it with Playaways and G Money DT when Drex had a performance in LA and some beef kicked off between G Money from 9-0, Playaways from East Coast, Drex and his homies, and apparently Rowdy Rax was involved in that as well, or Rowdy Rax homies from La Puente Trece was involved in that as well. But to give y'all a real backstory on where DrexTheJoint is from, we gotta hit that Santa Ana and Anaheim area. So when we seen Duno pull up on DrexTheJoint, we seen him with his moms. Now, like he said, his moms look Dominican. His mom's is real dark-skinned, Hispanic or Latina woman. Now, I don't know if she actually is Dominican or if she's Mexican, but DrexTheJoint 100% claims to be Mexican. Now, he's coming from this Santa Ana area, originally in the area called KPC, Crazy Proud Criminals Trece. Now, Drex is not from KPC. He just grew up in this area. He's from like a tag-banging crew called Southside JAR, Jackers, or some may say just another regulator crew.
Fuck jar.
Well, I'm not from there, fool.
Well, say it again, fool.
Fool, I'm not from there, dog.
Say it again, fool.
Fuck jar, fool. Are you happy, fool?
Yeah, I'm happy. Fuck jar, homie.
Now, this crew, like I said, is more of a tag-banging crew. We see Drex with the blue rag over his neck. We see Southside attached to this crew's name, but this is not a Sudaño gang. Again, this is a crew. But with Drex originally being from Santa Ana, this is why you see that SA on his neck for Santa Ana. But this crew operates between Anaheim and Santa Ana. And they actually operate inside of another barrio, another Hispanic gang section called Boys from the Hood 13. Now, they don't claim to be from Boys from the Hood, and they don't claim to be from KPC. They are JAR, so really they like a nomadic click banging crew. And honestly, this is not something that we haven't seen before. It's a lot of hoods, Crip, Blood, and Sudaño hoods that end up soaking up these tag banging cliques that operate in their area. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if JAR became a part of Boys from the Hood at some point down the line, or a part of whatever hood that they operate in, that they tagging in and hanging in. The reason is these dudes are tagging in established sets. But what we see here from Drex, man, we see him rolling with a lot of people seemingly from different hoods. But he himself hasn't said he's from a real Sudaño gang, just repping Jackers. And you know, an interesting thing that we saw was from an OG homie from Video Boys in the Hood, where he was speaking on DrexTheJoint with Lucky from Hood Stocks. Now, apparently it was floating around that Drex said he had got put onto his hood and supposedly claiming Boys from the Hood 13 out in Anaheim. But the older homie saying, like, if you got put on, why you don't come out with the other homies? Why you not around when we on the block? Really insinuating that he's kind of no good in this section. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Duno came with that dude, that little dude. What's his name? Drex. It's you know, little homie got Flow, a black Mexican rapper. I don't know if he's half black or full black, but he's Mexican. Speaks Spanish. He brought Duno over here like his set. Talking about he got put on down the street, but he has a different city tattooed on his neck. Shit just don't make sense. But they should come out when everybody's out, not in the morning. But yeah, welcome to my neighborhood.
My thing is, everybody know a young dude like this just got put on, you gotta be outside if you actually from here. But he also asking, if you from Anaheim and you from Boys from the Hood, why you got Santa Ana tattooed on your neck? So I think it's a lot of questions to be asked about the gangbanging from DrexTheJoint. Now, Boys from the Hood is gonna be in Anaheim, west of the 5 freeway. It's gonna be close to like the borderline in Santa Ana, but it's technically Anaheim. And we still doing the Most Dangerous Gang series. Again, we doing the Valley next, 818. We doing Southgate, Linwood. Eventually, we gonna hit Orange County, Anaheim, and Santa Ana. We probably gonna be covering this hood. But just to speak on them, they go from Harbor to the 5 freeway between Gene Autry and Orangewood Avenue. Now, them apartments on Orangewood Avenue, the Palm Villas, Pacific Palms, Orangewood Gardens, Parkwood Village, Hampton Point, and like I said, them Wakefield apartments that's on Hastur and Wakefield, all that's gonna be boys from the hood territory. And this section is gonna be home to multiple tagging cliques, not just the Jackers. They got RNA, BTS, JAR, and at one point they had EPK over here as well. Most recently, we seen them beefing with a set called Dark Side Reefer in Santa Ana. So these lines is kind of blurred between Anaheim and Santa Ana, but like we said, the OG homie from Boys from the Hood is repping Anaheim.
That nigga back, I know niggas out to give me, so I never ever left. I'm so BK, I'm still screaming fuck Big Macs. I will fuck y'all bitch, my niggas been hit that. Strip down your homie too, back and get his leg back in 15 G's in one day, my niggas flip that. DrexTheJoint, bro, probably mad I fucked your main hoe. Me and Cray was fucking bitches like the Bang Bros. On your top, something like a Kango. And Jay side of where them faggot niggas can't go.
And we hear him in the records dissing his enemy, some dudes from another crew called Brown Minded Criminals Crew. Again, that's not a gang either, but this is who he's dissing, not no full-fledged Southside hoods until this point. And we also seen him sit down with LA Icon talking about how we stay in this Enemigo hood. But what's been going up lately, man, what's on the internet right now is something that we seeing from these gangs that are really outside of LA County. We seen Rodney do EMF. We all heard what them dudes is pushing, and they are in the San Gabriel Valley, not LA County. Now we see dudes from Orange County and potentially some dudes from San Gabriel Valley that are hanging with Drex pushing the same thing, that NK.
Nigga hang around niggers and shit. Nigga,
he's like, why? He's like, why? Nigga, don't, nigga, play. Don't get me started on playways, nigga on the hood, nigga. Well, I'll drag that nigga by his hair, nigga on the hood. Nigga, he's a bitch. He's a nigga. That nigga's like 4'11", nigga. I'll slap that nigga silly with it, nigga on the hood.
That ain't no real Mexican. No cap.
Come on, nigga. How you Mexican and a crab, nigga? Come on, my boy on the
And I spoke on this a while back when we talked about hoods that are kind of outside of the inner city, especially these Sureño gangs. Once you get far enough from cities like Compton, Long Beach, Watts, Inglewood, South Central, all these places, it's gonna be a concentration of a lot of different people. But when you get outside of them spots, man, you mostly are gonna have, in terms of gangbanging, Sureño sets. Bloods and Crips are really underrepresented in the San Gabriel Valley and in Orange County. You have some sets. San Gabriel Valley, we got hoods like PDL, Pasadena, Denver Lane. We got hoods like Do-Rock, Altadena Block, West Covina. We got neighborhood West Covina. But when you step back and really take a look at the whole scene, you're gonna see 90% of it is Sureño. 90% are gonna be Hispanic Latino gangs in these areas. So because of that, you have a higher probability of these gangs making mistakes like we see EMF and these dudes around Drex doing.
Shit, if it was only Asians around here, you know? A lot of Asians and shit. We're basically known for that NK, you know? Very known. And like, shit, the hood's been active. It's been active for
saying this NK, doing all this weird shit on the internet. Why? Is because they didn't have to grow up with black hoods or black gangs really putting it down in their area. And what we see is the young members really saying that. So clearly they also haven't had a line pushed on them by some real membership, if you know what I'm saying. Because when you get to a certain point, that's not flying, like we saw them dudes say from Bassett Grande.
That's energy. When you hit the county, check this out, my boys, for all you fucking lames using the N-word. Okay, you're in juvenile hall, you can get away with it in the halls, G. When you hit the county, keep that same energy. Keep that N-word in your mouth, homie, we'll see what's cracking. I don't give a fuck what hood you're from. If it's my homeboys rolling up, you're gonna get smashed off the top. So keep that energy. When you hit the halls, keep saying that N shit. Have a fucking real black man pull up to you and fucking try to smash you, see what you're gonna do. A 6'4", 300-pound fucking monster pull up on you from a hood talking about, well, let's get down real quick before your homeboy see what's cracking. See if you're a fucking man then.
That's not happening in they set. So I think some of these young dudes are kind of ignorant to the fact because they never had to coexist with some Bloods and some Crips. So that's where we hear dudes around DrexTheJoint, and even Drex, dissing the 9-0s and dissing the East Coast sets. and dissing Crippin all together.
Nigga on the hood, nigga, come on, nigga, fuck G Money, nigga, fuck Playways too, nigga, Nacho K, East Coast K, nigga. On the set, nigga, them niggas got no type of guidance, nigga, on the hood. Them niggas got no type of, them niggas ain't, not even that. Them niggas ain't get laced up right, nigga, on the hood. How you brag about getting blasted at? That nigga on the hood, come on, dude.
Nigga, 2 inches, nigga, would've hit your chest, nigga.
On the hood, niggas was bragging about not getting like popped at, like not getting like hit, nigga. What the fuck? I'm just saying, nigga. Fuck nachos.
Now that was crazy to me, man. To hear them words come out his mouth, dissing Crips, dissing the 9-0s, and dissing the Coast, and not really being from no set, I think this dude kind of took a step in the wrong direction with this one, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, before this, we seen him as a member that kind of was making no mistakes as a Latino rapper. You know what I'm saying? We see him doing this thing. But I think some of this fame that went to his head, some of this beef has went to his head, and then some of his homies ain't being checked, has allowed him to come under scrutiny and his homeboys to come under scrutiny. But DrexTheJoint is the one that got to answer for it. And I also think he doesn't understand the true implications that come behind something like that when you dissing hoods like this, actual sets like this. And we see he for sure doesn't understand how to handle it now that his homies dropped that word in the background. We see him doing a lot of explaining, trying to cover things up, trying to fix things. Things will never be fixed after this point. We seen him on LA Hood Media page, Hot Wheeler page.
But look, this the last time I speak about this shit. This is the last time I even make a post about this shit. First and foremost, not once did I say no derogatory term towards any race, any type of race at all. Any type of race at all. But that shit was said on my platform, so I understand why I'm getting heat for it. But best believe none of my homies pressed that NK shit. None of my homies pressed that NK shit. And to the homie that did say that weird ass shit, he already got dealt with.
Trying to excuse his homies and saying that they was already reprimanded for the situation. But the thing is, they wasn't reprimanded because they said it. They was reprimanded because of everybody's reaction to it. You know, in the video when he said it, everybody don't turn and look at him crazy. You know, that's something that's normal to them. So it's not the fact that dude actually dropped the N-word. It's the fact that they just under fire for it right now. So that's really no just due for the DP. You know what I'm saying? They just doing it to make it look good. Now, we seen him pull up to the 9-0s and he kind of chastised G Money DT and Playaways for pulling up to Puente Trece hood. He said, that's cool and all that you pull up to Ballista, but that don't mean nothing. Why it doesn't mean nothing? Because he's not from Puente Trece. Like I said, what he's doing right now is kind of some nomadic gang banging, nomadic tag banging, where he's not really from a hood. He just got a lot of different members behind him. And that's what's going to bite him in the ass. Somebody's going to ask for accountability at one point. Somebody going to ask for alignment at one point, especially when you dissing the type of hoods that he's dissing, as well as dissing blacks. Let's just start with the gang banging. So you dissing the 90s. We all know the 9-0s as a reputable set on the west side of LA, man. We know they in a lot of beef, and we know they got a lot of allies. Some of their allies include the Hunnids, include East Coast, include the Main Streets, the 6-0s, and other members of the rolling car, 30s and 40s and all. So you say you dissing the 90s, it's not automatic that everybody that's cool or aligned with the 9-0s is gonna have beef with you. But there's a potential for that, especially when you put that NK on it. So now you're talking about all West Side neighborhood and rolling Crips had a spotlight on your face. And we done seen this situation so many times. Y'all remember Block Boy from the mob when he was dissing the who was just dissing everybody, dissing Grape. They found that boy dead in his car, still murder unsolved, from doing this weird shit, just dissing anybody just because. And you not really on that. Now that's just on the west side. Take it to the east side, he done said fuck all of the coast, from the 50s to the 100s. All of them. And we know they also have alliances. But before this video came out, where his homies are saying NK and all of that, we seen him do another show in LA at the Roxy. This time he brought out some enemies of the 9-0s and enemies of his enemies from the Stink Team. Rucci from Neighborhood Paru and AZ Chike, who's had ties to the Inglewood Bloods. And like I said, an enemy of the Stink Team, DrexTheJoint's newfound enemies. Now, Rucci being Hispanic, I think points to how immature and unseasoned DrexTheJoint is moving right now. So you align yourself with Rucci, who's a Hispanic blood. We all know his father is Taco from NHP, a reputable member from over there, also a Hispanic blood. But when we see him talking about Playaways and G Money DT, he asking, how can you be Hispanic and be from the other side? How can y'all be Hispanic Crips? That's corny, basically. So what is you saying about Rucci? You know, he just aligning himself because it looked good, but he's speaking before he realizing what's really going on. He's creating a bad reputation in the city. He got to come to the city. You can't stay in the OC this whole time. You want a real career, you want to be a rapper, and you want to do what he doing, you want to look the part, you got to come out here. And right now, he's kind of shooting himself in the foot. So you kind of give a backhand compliment to Rucci, and then your homies in the back saying, NK, what does that say to your alliance with AZ Chike, bringing AZ Chike out? Why would these dudes want to deal with you now? And how do you explain that? You know, you hop on the phone, I didn't mean it. Yeah, man, he was very vindictive about dissing them Crips like that and making fun of G Money, DT, and Playaways being Mexican from a Crip hood. And before that situation, we also seen Young Threat from the Hoovers come and kind of show that he's paying attention to DrexTheJoint. And I spoke on that briefly because the 9-0s is beefing with the Hoovers. The East Coast is beefing with the Hoovers. So Drex and Threat and the Hoovers could potentially be allies in this whole situation. In terms of music, because like I said, there's no gang banging really going on from Southside Jackers. There's some tag banging going on. But now you got people that are potentially from actual hoods, not just from Southside Jackers. Mind you, he's around dudes from Puente. His crew is located in Boys from the Hood set. And he grew up in KPC set. So who knows how many people he actually got around him. But with these dudes pushing NK, now what does that do when the Hoovers is watching? And it's no walking it back, man. That's the whole thing. There's no walking it back from this point. You know, dudes got to be careful on that live and when they upload things on their phone, man. And what we also seen from him before this whole situation went down, when he was humble, because he used to be humble. He used to be real quiet. We seen him on No Jumper, and Adam asked him what would happen if his daughter happened to bring a black dude home. And he wasn't on none of that.
Curious, given that, you know, a lot of people mistake you for being black, would that be odd to you? Like, is there any kind of like tension in that regard from your world?
Nah, hell no, I would not. Like, one, I'm not that type of nigga. I don't just judge you by like how you look. I'll judge you by like your character, you know. And also like I would like even like I would like hell no, I would be so opposite from that, especially because like just like me looking black, like I be getting treated differently because of that. Like I be like be getting looked at differently, so I would like never treat a nigga like that. I would never see someone else that's like black like that, you know, because like I know how it feels, you know. Like I know I may not be black, but you know, like I know how it feels to be treated like that. So I won't never want nobody feel like that. You know?
Said, nah, I'm not even on that. That's not how he looks at people. That this live video that he put up with his homies look completely contrary to that whole statement that he made up at No Jumper. Which brings us to his actual ethnicity. Yeah, this dude is Mexican. He is Mexican. But you can't sit here and lie and tell me this dude ain't got black in him as well. It ain't no way possible. It's basic biology. Niggas, motherfuckers ain't stupid. Now, he may not know it. I'm gonna keep it real. 99% of people in the world don't even know their exact genealogy or where they came from or their whole lineage with their ancestors. But it's clear that this dude is black. Look at his hairline. Look at his brother hairline. Dude's black. Okay, they both from Mexico. His brother from Mexico. You ever heard of an Afro-Mexican? Them dudes is black. But it's clear that he can't admit that. There's no way in hell that he would ever admit that he's black. Why? Because what did DW Flame say? Mexicans already don't think he's Mexican. They don't treat him like a Mexican. They don't see him as Mexican because he's not.
Like, and what's so crazy, I had a phone call with my Mexican partners, and we know we ain't gonna start a race war over you. You wanna know why? Because niggas don't consider you a real Mexican. Like, cuz, and who cares though? That don't even matter to us, but you being disrespectful, posting it, knowing that niggas is watching. You see his followers on there. Oh yeah, they on here, nigga. And you got all that, y'all nigga K, Crab K, and like, come on, cuz. I would say stop playing. And you just did a show with all black niggas. Niggas wasn't saying that all at the show. Come on, cuz. And even if that's how you feel, keep your shit in private. When you trying to do this shit, when you in position, you have black supporters.
And you know, I feel like DW Flame would be the closest Crip to this situation. Long Beach is just down to 22 from this Santa Ana, Anaheim area, real close. And it's a lot of racial tension that goes on out there between the Longos, the Saints, and the 20s. And with people like DW Flame speaking on the situation, it's being noted, man. It's being paid attention to. Like I said, dude just performed out here. That's 2 shows back to back. I want to see what the third one look like. And not at the observatory, man. Come back out here. But like I said, man, before the situation, he seemed to have some alliances being formed. It looked like he was actually smart in terms of entertainment. We're bringing Rucci and Chike out, Threat paying attention, but everything is way past entertainment now, man. Even pulling up to Jesse Owens, okay. You know, these is young dudes, but now this has turned into a full-fledged gang war at this point. With some fully established gangs, and potentially every black hood in the city has their eyes on you just like they do EMF right now. Your homies don't want that. Nobody hood want that. Green lights don't only come from the Mexican Mafia, man. You can be green lighted from anybody out here, man. Just keep it real. And like I said, with being from a crew, it may be hard to find you, but you know, JAR, I hear they be up at Ponderosa Park in Boys from the Hood territory. They cool with them dudes. I heard they be in them Wakefield apartments with them dudes. So that's where they be at. But y'all let us know in the comments, man, what y'all think about these hoods outside of LA County speaking up about being NK right now. Dudes putting that hard R on the situation. And dudes that's not really aligning themselves with no gangbanging, but wanting to gangbang. Let us know in the comments, man. Rap News, Street Politics, best hood channel on YouTube. Y'all tap in with us.